Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Alright, I've been enjoying this shit so much. Let's just fucking jump into this shit, alright? Alright, let's go. I think we're... Oh. Oh yeah. How do I get into this mess? Oh yeah, Maya was captured. That's far enough. We found out that the real mastermind is... You can't run forever. Yeah, Mr. Phoenix, right? The real mastermind is... Oh, this looks familiar. The real mastermind is Matt Engard. This was the, what do you call it? The scene at the start of the what do you call it? Justice for all. You are no longer worthy of your title. Oh shit. Alright. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. God damn. Alright. This fucking shit is actually gonna get wild. I don't know how this is gonna play out. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Look at this motherfucker. How are these guards not noticing? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict too. Now listen up. You better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag a not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia? Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia. What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here not anywhere. God damn my phone all the time. It's that accursed Engard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You really mean, pal. Oh, Gummy, no, I didn't mean it. Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe, until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can to find the killer. And if we get Maya out, then you can get Engard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer. God damn. Alright, let's do this shit. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Bro, Gumshoe's a real G. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Let's do it. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Engard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. This dude, bro. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrienne Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrienne Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Engard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with the commitment to the committing of the actual murder. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carda was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt Engard. What a surprising turn of events. Oh, Edgeworth. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. There he is, Powers himself. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay, I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah? Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Engard's room. Okay, sure. Alright then. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. That's probably true, actually. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. The bellboy was the, the assassin, right? If one assumes that the person Mr. Engard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? Alright, here we go. This is gonna be interesting. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Bro, this guy. I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. Bro, I never said... No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness. I'll personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So, you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Bro. Are you sure that was Matt Engard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And? What was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and had the bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude, since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. He did though. He was like gone and then came back. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. After the award ceremony. Hold on. Hey, wait a second. Wait, why is this different? Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy? Right. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's no poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was. But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. And God's tip, probably. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Oh, he was paying him. Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Of course. Well, this has gone pretty badly so far. Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Raise an objection. See what happens. I don't want to make a pointless objection. But fine. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of a tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays. Then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid. You don't get paid? Let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Bro, Phoenix Wright must get paid, right? I guess this is, what do you call it, for most of the cases, some of the cases that he does, he doesn't get paid for, like when he's like defending his friends or people, but he must get paid for like other cases, right? Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Juin Corda? Then, but like, what do you call it? Hasn't all the cases he's taken only been on camera? Then the bellboy, the witness saw was, yes, he was the assassin. Oh, hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley, the killer? He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Oh, actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Well, he's telling me shit I didn't know. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. God damn, why aren't you telling me this stuff beforehand as well? This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juin Corrida's room. Now then I think about it, the bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... You mean what? Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There is still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it is your turn to entertain us and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter. Okay, well, I don't think I made anyone laugh. God damn it. Alright. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended at around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And when I went to the bathroom, so I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? What is the autopsy? Sorry, I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform, after all. But, you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. Oh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was June's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Well, right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed. That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide or... Okay, try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice. What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. Wait, what? Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if the bellboy was an assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give it yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're gonna have to pull some cheap trick on this one. How exactly would I do that? June Corridor's room. So it has to be something here, right? Well, the tray's right there. The hell, I have no idea, bro. I don't know. But in any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very, yeah. It has to be this one. This is the one Mia said, right? But I just don't know what it could be. There we go. Mr. Powers. Yes? You are easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So? A baseball has stitches. Are you saying that all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corridor's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Carter's room. He left a tray in the room, which is why he was completely empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Carter was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Of course. No, because why not? Gloves. Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? Bro, we're really comparing, killers to, sports equipment. But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. This is pretty bad. Oh, their second meeting. After leaving June's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and went back to my seat. Alright. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident. Some accident. I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, let's do this shit. Okay, easy. Boom, shut up. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye in a sort of sneaky spy-like. I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said, hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Okay, should I probably ask him one question at a time? Ask about the person inside. Okay. So who took this as something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm. Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. Well, it was Mr. Engard's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. Engard himself, I'd say. And then, what did the bellboy do after that? Oh, so far, he gave the person inside the room the thing. Wait, hold up. Yes, I said hold it, yeah. Let's ask about this something. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? Of course. But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kinda small. I would like to summarize this testimony up to this point if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could do was see the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is one of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to the testimony. Yes, sir. Some sort of wooden statue. A statue. Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know. Looks like for this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. You're going to have to trust your instincts on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Really. Statue. Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that? Some sort of wooden statue. Wooden statue, the stuffed bear. It's kind of big though. But the way he's saying statue makes me think it's something pretty big. Okay, wait, let me just press the rest of this. Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Engard's room? He opened the door to Vala Hall. Went in there, and who knows what after that, right? I do. Yep. He kidnapped Maya after that. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. What? He saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. Old bag. It was watching June's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although, just that makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. I think I know what it is. A wooden statue. Okay, let's just try it. No, that was obviously wrong. Alright, whatever. It was a wooden statue. What else could it be? Stuffed bear. Oh, a wooden shaped bear figurine. Oh my. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Pregnant pause. I've never heard that before. Where did the objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. That was the most like most awkward objection I've ever heard. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, there's something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Well, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt Engod's mansion. Bro, I thought when he said statue he would have meant something pretty big. At the defendant's house, but I'm pretty sure if he was literally putting a giant bear in the room, it would have been pretty easy to see. What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley, the killer, assassinated June Carter in his room, and then stole the wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then, the bear being found in Mr. Engard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Engard is the killer's client. Order, order, order. I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Ah, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? Powers' testimony, the person who received the bear itself. The bear itself, covered in many thin cuts. The bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found at Mr. Engad's mansion. However, Mr. Engard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, it has not had a chance to go home. Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Engard who took this bear to his mansion. Why? That's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Whew. Disaster averted, it looks. Bro, of course. Come on, edgy boy. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Engad's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and Engard were working together, so to speak, and the killer was hiding at Engad's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Engard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to... I plan to expose a clearly shaky piece in Mr. Powers' testimony. What? There is still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear. The person who received the bear. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure. Ah! What the hell was that? What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. Of course. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm. It was the nickel samurai's arm, I swear it. You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the nickel samurai's. How could you forget that? Order. It looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took in this little bear was the nickel samurai. That, as we all know, Matt Engard is the nickel samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Engard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Hear the verdict. Raise an objection. Obviously. I will now allow my I have to do it. There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at Engard's mansion. However, it's possible that this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I am saying is, it's possible that a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer? Oh my god, what? I mean, I have to stall for as long as I can, right? John Doe. Adrian Andrews, maybe? Adrian Andrews? Yes. We already know that she tried to frame Matt Engard for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw, that could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Engard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Who sleeps in a, superhero costume like that? Then, finding this figure at Mr. Engard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Mrs. Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Engard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefits of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game? Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to Engard right away. Why, you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Oh my god. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Bro. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick. Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just had barely found something to latch onto. Whew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out who the killer and Maya, where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. Oh, this is bad. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep this trial going until Maya's been rescued. But I have to just run out of... have I just run out of luck this time? Is all this hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent. I could see a circus tent. Mia? Looks like Maya was unconscious until a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. Well, that was pretty obvious. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Oh, the circus! Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry! And? I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It was like an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her. An office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later. So don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. Oh, god damn it. She's being starved. Oh, hell no. Gumshoe, please hurry. Don't worry, we're gonna beat the shit out of that fucking the killer guy after he gets his ass over here. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Alright. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrienne Andrews, to the stand. Oh my god, she's back for round 2. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Mrs. Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secret? Alright. Why? Why does she... Bro. Alright, here we go. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At the center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Okay, here we go. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Yep. A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you can first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Okay, Judge, Yeah, let him play, alright? Let him enjoy, revisiting his youth. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. It was a souvenir from a friend when I went to Switzerland. Then this is a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for June. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, June and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are many people with the same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone, and as long as June never told anyone either, it's only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means that Mr. Engar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get for now. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is, this bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we're going to find out next, witness. Yes? You are the one who can open this. Please. Alright, let's see what's inside. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. What's inside though? Is it like something good or bad? I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is this? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the... What? Wait. The suicide note left by June Carda's former manager, Celeste Impacts. So, what do you call it? June hid it there? And, what do you call it? What's her name? Adrian had no idea it was in there? Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts. But just as we suspected, it was hidden. So June hid it in this fake teddy bear jewelry box. And somehow, what do you call it? Adrian Andrews never bothered taking it apart, so she never found it. Hidden by the victim, June Corrida himself. God damn, alright. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name to this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed. Order. Witness. Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from June. What? When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace, so now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of the note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. Damn. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then being thrown away by Engard, about being engaged to Corda and Engard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. Damn, that's horrible though. And that's all Miss Impax had to say. There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Engard. Then, what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, June was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word, Matt Engard values above all his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public at any cost. It's Engard's fault that the woman killed herself. All this time, he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! I guess there are slime lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. De Killer's client. My bad. Goal was to obtain this suicide note, and then only a person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. Bro, what do you call it? Judge, shut these people up. God damn. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hands. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? I should pursue saving. Let's see the note. I can't see the note. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt Engard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt Engard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Well, whatever is in my possession somehow ends up in Edgeworth's possession no matter what. Matt Engard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rivals. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, June Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Engard. Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Engard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, It looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Enward learned of this suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. You got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad guy, the bad killer guy? Shh, stop, don't look at him. Of course. The way he's sweating is just so, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next year yet? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove the point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Bro, tell me what it is, please. Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Present evidence. Come on. We have to keep going. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Bro, you delivered an even weaker one, in case 5 of the original game. There we go. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Well, it's what I just said now. So, you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. About which piece of evidence? That is Mr. Impax's note, right? Who knows? It could be fake. It could be real. I mean, sure, this note was found inside the bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting, Mr. Wright, are you saying this note is fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Engard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to this note whatsoever. But this is a fake. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only other person other than the victim who could have solved this puzzle is the witness herself. Mrs. Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Engard. I did no such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce this note as a fake, then show this quote some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap piece of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm this handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated, the handwriting is yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, It seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis is my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Engard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. They're just gonna keep on going. Alright. Now shut it! Oh! Gumshoe? What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say, besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty. Shut up. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh. What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. Edgeworth! I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I just wanted to see Edgeworth's catching skills, that's all. I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time, I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Bro. Edgeworth, objection? 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 I knew it! Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on the piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. Let's go! At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Let's do this shit. Right, well, what's going on with my situation? The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho. I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things that he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. The law on hold is crazy. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my junk car, I'd say we'd be about there in 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. Bro, this is the most hype moment of this entire game. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red. Okay, Gumshoe, calm down. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. What was that? What the hell was that? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop me. No. Gumshoe? Did he crash trying to run through all the red lights? What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. Oh no. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What is he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Is there a way? Is there a way? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Oh! I know. Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she is all we have. Franziska. Will she even want to help us? I hope so. Edgeworth, what is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pitting the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry on the useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Bro. Okay. Save. Okay. Okay, we're back in court again. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Why do both of them look extremely shooken up? I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. Okay. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impax's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this note was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a note after all. She never wrote anything about Engard. However, Your Honor, even though this note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, it had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that Engard had no idea that the note was a fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Miss Ingarden to have not known it was a fake. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, your response? I believe that even more important than finding out if this note is real or not is whether the attorney's badge pinned to that man's chest is real. Okay, I selected the wrong one, I know that, but what I was actually trying to aim to present was the camera. That is the $1 million question. Because with the camera, he could have seen the no, like, what do you call it, everything. Like the way the teddy bear puzzle is set up, the note that was written. Yes, I agree. So basically, I got a useless penalty there. Me too. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say I messed up again. Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something of the effect of the defendant had spied on Miss Carter's private life. I believe this would mean that he would have known about this note as well. That's it. That's what I wanted to present. Yes, and so naturally, this means that Mr. Engard would have known that this note was a fake. Alright, thank you for helping out, Judgy. Order. See here, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I was the one who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like that is simply, I can't even describe it. Okay, Judge. Yes, sorry. I could have even bragged about embarrassing Mr. Edgeworth to my grandchild had you not. For that, I assign you a penalty, Mr. Wright. What? What? If only I had kept my mouth shut. So then, the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. But that's not fair. He just gave me 2 penalties for no reason. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engard monitored Mr. Carter 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show some proof that the victim made the forgery at a place unknown, at an unknown place? Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured. It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who was it that hired Shelley to kill her to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... Oh my god, is it Matt Engard? No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? It's yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Wait, what? Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait, Shelley the Killer? They found him. How? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin. Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask of your permission. Well, Mr. Wright. Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? No then, witness. Well then, how exactly is Maya? Where exactly is Maya then? Your name and your occupation, please. Oh, okay. So the only way we can. Okay, I see. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here, Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, and Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what an urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Oh my god, Maya. Maya! A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person, but we are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it does seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so now then, witness, there's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carda. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Carda. Now we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say? Oh my god. Alright, here we go. There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp the concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. Well, he may appear our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Bro, I'm cross-examining a phone. Yes, Your Honor. There is no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Alright. There is something I must first state. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Go on. Well, it appears that this one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my situation. I'll badger him as much as I fucking want. I don't give a shit. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever accused me of has been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my client can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would be certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. This seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves, and this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That maniacal. It's not so good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. It seems very steadfast and closed, so you're gonna have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Okay, yeah. Alright, wait. Hold up. Let me... Bro, my OBS... Oh. Damn, every time I try to record a video, something always goes wrong with my OBS, whether it's the encoder overloading, wherever it's the lag. It said it was gonna it said there's a recording going, are you sure you want to shut down your OBS? And I tried to click no, and then it just closed down for whatever reason. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. Oh, I already pressed you on this, didn't I? I'm sorry, but I was just wondering about something you said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another person is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person. I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. And an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? No. This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over everything else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is Adrian Andrews. What? Okay, this has to be a lie. Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Okay, so this is a lie. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This has to be a lie. Come on now. This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this crowd, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt Engard, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. The witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt Engard. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definite of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client, who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Max Engard is innocent. No! I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, Engard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Engard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would have absolved the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Surely the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And June's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's, and you even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impaxo was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you had plenty of reason to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Alright, I'll help, don't worry. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for gumshoes and new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Request the trial continue. Phoenix. I can't do it. Mia. I can't accept a not guilty verdict. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt Engard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Engard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Engard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please? The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor. Let's go, Phoenix! There's still one more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, this trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. Your legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Alright. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that June Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is a most unexpected turn of events for the, 5th time now. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do, but you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said has nothing but is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize this testimony, then I'll expose the lies that in that oh so beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes two of us. Okay, here we go. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicion on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? Oh my god. I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. No. I'm not thinking of hiring Mr. Wright. Yes? You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? What? Why would you think something like that? Your Honor, guilty. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are not your client, are they? Okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, at least I'm not guilty. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Yeah, well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with my knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. You know something I realized is sometimes you have to press them all twice because they have you have to reveal their other what do you call it? You have to reveal their other hidden parts in their testimony before you have to reveal something before. Oh, this card. So that no one has been able to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to disregard everything to go stab the deceased with a knife and to even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or no without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you. I have no intention of using your services, ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? From the very beginning. That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at a scene of a crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. Engard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. That is all. And to leave my business card behind naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again. As in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No. I'm fine, really. Are you really now? Okay, Judge. I wonder what kind of mad the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Okay. Adrian Andrews knew from the beginning that Juan Corda was dead. There might be something here that I can expose him. We objected a cell phone. There we go. Or not a cell phone, what is this thing called again? Radio transceiver. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corda had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From the wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corda had only fainted, which is why the glass of tomato juice was poured from the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. The glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how could you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have the knowledge of Mr. Corda's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never really your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive that there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests a further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very big outcome of this trial lies with those items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the reward ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I made no mistakes. Well, that was a short-ass testimony, but oh well. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay, here we go. Just doing everything by the book. 1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my service, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep in mind that... Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? Press further. So why are these suspicions? What are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in June Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. He must be talking about the bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference after all. That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would have known where that bear figurine was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, what was the testimony just now? Was the testimony of any Was the testimony just now of any importance? No. What the killer said sounds plausible, but in the end, it's just his conjecture. No, Your Honor. I don't think it's very important. Well then, witness, please continue. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was that brief pause? Press further. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. I, was the testimony now of any importance? Actually, yes, I think, because he met up with his actual client is obviously Engard, and he met up with him in person. So the fact that, I guess it's not really relevant because he's lying and saying it was Adrian Andrews, but I still think so. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. DeKiller had met up with his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. You see, it is just as I said. Or did I say the wrong thing? I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. Now then, would the witness please continue? I think I said the wrong thing. Okay. So your client was Adrian Andrews. That is correct. Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Okay, wait, I'm gonna do this one again. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly skim through all of this. The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. What? Well, there was nothing else except for the thing here where I say it was not important. Why he meets his client is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I have already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. Him? That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true that what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? It was very important. Yep. If I heard what I think I heard just now, yeah, he said him, but Adrian Andrews is a her. Then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. Yeah. So what am I presenting? What do I present her? What the hell is that? Oh, Shelly the Killer. I was like, who's this dude? Okay, I know this one though. This should be pretty easy. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at the time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Well, why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip up about her. So what is the issue? What did you just say right now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Oh, the telephone broke. The transceiver broke. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following: that he always meets face to face with his clients when taking their requests, but he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. DeKiller's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. It's sweating oil. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelley DeKiller, this court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Fuck my ass. Alright, whatever. Let's do this shit. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There must have been times where I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Carda and two or three other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client had to be a man. That was the most bullshit testimony I've ever heard. So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his testimony, which means that he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't mistake him. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. Alright, easy. Kablitsky. Bazinga. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come on now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Alright then, just cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have proof that Mr. DeKiller met with his client? Do I have proof? I guess not. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof. I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong. Bro. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Bro, you're saying this shit right in front of a goddamn courtroom, but whatever. On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have the mail to mail that in a special insulated envelope? I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email. In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and yeah. 2 or 3 other things. Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? Nah. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Press further, I guess. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one? Wait. Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? I might, no. I think I have to let go. This might be bad. Wait, let me just save. Okay, now I can make any choice. I'm fine. The killer sounds like one sharp man. I should try to find a better way to do this without making him suspicious. Let's continue with the testimony. Witness, if you please. Okay, what else? So you're saying that you never saw your client's face, not even once? I did, once. It was when I went to give my client this figurine. Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time. A mask. The nickel samurai mask, I'm guessing. Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? I guess not. It has to be the other thing then, right? I think I can pull something out of what he said. But it would be really bad if I did something and made him mad over something trivial. There are no problems with the testimony, Your Honor. We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me. And that's exactly what is so bad. At this rate we'll end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. Okay, so I think I have to do it. Alright, don't panic. Press further. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us with what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I went to find that figurine. I was told that the job was just as important as the killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Corrida's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony, as you wish. I found this figurine at Mr. Engard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Engard, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? No. It's no use. As long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here. Pressing this witness any more would be extremely dangerous. It appears that Mr. Wright has no problems. Well then, witness, please continue. Well, I don't have much in the bar left. I have like 2 mistakes worth left.
Objection!
Shelley the killer. If you really had given this bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure he would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order. So, that's where you two were going. So by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Oh! Order! Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's enough. If that's your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No. Did I mess up? Oh, okay. No, please. Not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this traitor to a speedy end. Bring this trial to a speedy end, or I may stay my hand. Otherwise, what in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution. What has come over everyone? Even you are. The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Damn it. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. No. But bro, both ways are horrible. What am I supposed to do? That would mean that Shelly DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Oh no. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If I end this trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engard, would be declared innocent. And in this place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder? The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engard, to the stand. The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. Damn it. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. I don't know what to do. Look at this guy. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and good. I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to... But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear that you are innocent. Huh. Oh. So, I guess even the old fudgy-dudgy figured me out. Mr. Engard, what an atrocious lawyer I have, given his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious. Don't you agree? Anyway, let's get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? What? Should I side... Don't give me a choice right now. Should I side with justice or should I save Maya's life? You better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. Bro, I can't do this. But if I say he's innocent, then Mr. Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. No. Let me save right now. I can't do this, bro. Why are you backing me into a corner like this? It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Engard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want. Aren't you? Right. I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Engard, is... Oh my god. Oh, why are you backing me into a corner here? If I say guilty, then Maya's gonna die. But obviously, what do you call it? He'd be rightfully sentenced, and Adrian Andrews wouldn't be wrongfully, declared guilty. But if I say not guilty, then the evil Matt Engard, who's the true mastermind behind this whole killing thing, who's done horrible things, he will be innocent. Miss Andrews will be sentenced despite her being innocent. But Maya will survive. But Maya wants me to say that, he's guilty. And she said that she'll never forgive me if I say he's not guilty. God damn it. Damn it. I'm gonna flip a coin. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, well, I couldn't find a coin, but I found this booklet, alright? If it lands on the front side, then I'm gonna say guilty. If it lands on the back side, then he's not guilty, alright? 3, 2, 1. Bro, since when is a video game giving me such a hard choice? I'm sorry, Maya. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Engard is... What? Oh! Von Karma to the rescue? Franziska Von Karma. What are you doing here? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them, the final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. And all the items inside are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags everywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap these items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what's inside the raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside this filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this is one obvious rule that applies here. If these items do not bring any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Ms. Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. somewhere among the evidence we're about to see. There will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. This is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there was no gun involved in this case. There's no real benefit to hearing about it. Please present the next piece of evidence. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Engard's mansion. Have you checked the contents of the tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that the tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back to it? Went back for it? That's right. It looked like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley, the killer, is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of its pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There was one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform. Oh, how ironic. A button. It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing, it is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Ms. Von Karma. You may now step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? This dude is starting to piss me off. Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far, you can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first, make Engard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Engard, hold up. Bro, there's 2 mosquitoes in my room. They keep biting me. I'm trying to kill them. If Engard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Engard. If the killer were no longer think of Engard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know, both of these seem like impossible feats at first. But if you could make either one happen, it would be truly a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side. Wait, does she mean? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and judge. We have all seen the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. This fly, god damn it. I mean this mosquito. That truth, it may be what will bring out the miracle in the end. Hold on, hold on, I'm gonna kill these flies. Give me a second. I don't got any electric swatter or anything. I gotta stay like this until the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I'll pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, this court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I'll grant you one chance. One chance? Please show us your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible, to turn the situation around in one try. One try. That is all I will permit. Well, if I have one try, I better save quickly. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save my while taking Engard down at the same time. So, not the prosecutor, not the attorney, not ourselves, obviously. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show the evidence to? So I think I know who it is. I see. And now, tell this court one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. What? Oh, I have to choose evidence to show them as well? Let's... Oh wait, we have new evidence, I forgot. Videotape. This one, I guess. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't have anything to say to this. How about you, Ms. Von Karma? Well, I was just shot, so... No, wait! I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue. What? No one understands what you are talking about anymore. Wait, please, one more chance. Oh no, that is enough. Mr. Wright, I will now state my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Matt Engard. No! No! Okay. That is all. Court is adjourned. Objection? Objection? Wait, hold up. Objection. Objection? Objection. No. No. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. No! The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. What? The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. The end. No, that can't be the end. There's no way that's the end. No. What? Hold up. Okay, so I just did a little more research, and I found out that I actually triggered something known as the bad ending. I wasn't even aware there was bad endings in this game, but that's apparently what I did. So let's do this again. Okay, so apparently to get the good ending, I have to choose... Who do I have to choose? Let me just check again. Shelly the killer I have to present. Okay. Shelly the killer, and I have to present the videotape. That's what I have to do. There we go. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to the witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Oh, Okay, this is different. Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all I need. Oh, we're gonna show him that he was getting blackmailed. I understand now. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it, so I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted a camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Okay, that shut him up real quick. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. This was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Engard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason your client would secretly film the crime scene. Wanted to blackmail you. Yep. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were told about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't about blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the killer? Oh! There we go. It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. This is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how they use people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if the traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case, and then that client would become my next target. Ooh. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the end of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Uh-huh. I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. Maya? Maya. I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Miss Von Karma. Where did that... What? She always has you in her sight. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. We got him. Mr. Engard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometimes in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix, plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Plead guilty. Matt Engard. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Oh! As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Engard? I have left Miss Von Karma in case of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. Yeah. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you use your combined strengths to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. No problemo, I am Phoenix Wright. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. There we go. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You've got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think back to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. I can't count the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Engard, is he guilty, or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth, I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? Pearls, you're telling the truth. You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. She's quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya is safe. You did it. You really did it, Mr. Nick. Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling? Mr. Phoenix Wright, you lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand. Miss Von Karma, how dare you? Don't worry. She may, in time, after all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth, for my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts, I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And left that note, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Bro, this goddamn mosquito, I can't kill it. As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, the man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch it for every inch, but we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. This truth. Yes, that is exactly why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Miss Von Karma? I don't want to hear the wrenched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who's destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Well, I guess in the end she did and didn't change at the same. She didn't really change at all. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I don't know. Maybe she might. What do you call it? Have her redemption later. But I thought at the end she was gonna what do you call it? I predicted that at the end she was gonna somehow change, but I guess I was wrong. I'll return this to the present later. There's something else. Ah, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! There she is! Oh my god, Maya! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Aww. Bro, I was actually scared during the trial that I would never see her again. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck in this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. I bet that's Gumshoe right there. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Okay, never mind. Maybe that wasn't Gumshoe. Huh, where are we going? Food, Nick. Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved. Oh yeah, I forgot she wasn't fed. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we head up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Alright. I'm actually kind of hungry right now. Hey, pal. Oh, he's alright. I mean, a little messed up, but sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then, it wasn't a red light that got him? Okay, never mind. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now, everyone gather around. You're all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Laura brought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on now, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item. Come on, y'all. It's over. Well, ooh boy, I tell ya, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. That's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? This thing that is picking up something. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here. Oh, is she right here? The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just wanted to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. The rope? The whip? What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? Oh, of course. You and Mr. Nick, I mean... Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Oh my god. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh? Ah, yeah. I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already need to put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah. I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel seat. Oh my god, of course. And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be annoying for hell, $3,000. Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Bro. Isn't it great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then. Yeah, if you say so. Alright. That was pretty beautiful, actually. I actually really enjoyed that ending, you know? Oh my god, stupid mosquito. Hold up. Shut up, everyone. I killed it! Yes! I killed the mosquito! Woo! That was the real victory of this entire episode right here. Oh my god, it's literally gonna be 3 a.m. in 3 minutes. Oh my god, I was so happy I killed the mosquito that I punched the in-between part of my knuckles on the corner of the table. Damn it. Anyways, yeah, this was a really good ending for this, right? I haven't seen, what do you call it? I haven't played the third game at all, but I'm going to play it because I've heard that the third game is the best in the entire series, so I'm definitely going to play the third game as well. It's called Trials and Tribulations, I'm pretty sure. And the third game is like the ending of the trilogy, so it's going to be very interesting. Oh, you got reinstated, Gummy! Bro, this game is beautiful. I love Ace Attorney, bro. Phoenix Wright, this has to be one of the best games ever I've played. The story, the characters, the gameplay, the mechanics, the progression, the trials, the cases, everything about this game is so amazing. I have almost no complaints about this game at all. I mean, I did hate the third trial, the circus one, but apart from that, all the trials were amazing. I really hope we see more of the new characters as well. I really hope we see more of Miss Von Karma. Not you. No, why did you have to come as soon as I said that? Not you. Okay. Hottie, I hope he's gone for the entire rest of the third game. I want to see Miss Von Karma again. I want to see, obviously, Edgy Boy, you know what I'm saying? Who else? God, can this guy actually go away? I I want to throw up just looking at him. Thank you. All right. Obviously, we need to see Gumshoe more, but that's besides everything. I want to see more of Adrienne Andrews. We haven't seen a lot of her, but she seemed like an interesting character. Not you. I don't want to see any of the circus characters. None of them. Absolutely none of the circus characters I want to see in the new game. Alright. Yeah, but this was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh, hell no. Not Trillo, bro. Bro, the third case, the only complaint I have is the third case. It had the most annoying characters. It was so stupid and just made no sense at all. That was a bunch of bullshit, I'll say myself. Old bag being old bag. And if there's any case like that in the third game, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I don't think there will be, so I think I can rest easy there. Queen Wendy, eh? Alright, whippersnapper. The hell is this? Why did I click this off? Hold on. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgewood did for me from the bottom of my heart. No problem, Andrews. I'm glad she got better. You have a home page? Nah, that's stupid. Oh, the phone broke. I think it was pretty interesting how, we only saw him, he was talking through the phone the entire time. And that phone had like crying oil and like, or not crying oil, sweating oil and like destroying. Oh, I can't click anything? Oh no, I can. Airport? Where are you going, Franziska? Oh, she's going back to Germany. How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things. It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska. So many expectations from everyone around me, expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be one. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Wright, you knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm gonna say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until now. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Today you chased after me. After all these years, after I have left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walks down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Oh, I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Bro, I really hope she's in the next game. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. What? So I can give it to you when at last we meet again. She took something that belongs to me? Oh, she drew... Maya drew me on the card. And Franziska von Karma decided to keep it for some reason. Maybe she did really change. I was a worthy opponent indeed. Bro, that was amazing. Alright? I love that, alright? I'm definitely gonna play the third one, alright? It's just, it has to happen. Like, this was beautiful. Alright? Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and bye for now.